Hey you guys, I am Joan and I am the Scottish Skin Guru, and today I want to talk to you about acne scarring and what you can do about it. So you need to know that a scar is a natural form of the skin healing itself, and it's simply because the dermis, which is the middle layer of the skin, has been damaged, and the scar is a result of the skin making more collagen to heal itself and to mend the damage, and that results in the scar. So the epidermis is the outside layer of the skin, and the dermis is the middle layer of the skin where the collagen fibres lie. So right now there's 3 different types of scars that you'll have seen, okay, or you may suffer from some of these, so let's have a look at them. So the first one is the atrophic scarring, atrophic scars, which are like small indentations in the skin, and this occurs because there's little guys called fibroblasts that actually make the collagen, and the skin hasn't made enough fibroblasts. So there's not enough collagen fibres being made to make the skin bounce back. So that's atrophic scars from not making enough fibroblasts. Now then you've got hypertrophic. So it's funny, atrophy and hyper. So hypertrophic means the skin's been making too much fibroblasts and the scar becomes raised, and you can see this when you look at some scars, and they do look raised above the skin level, and that's hypertrophic scars, right? The reason I'm telling you all this about the different types of scarring is because different treatments, different skincare ingredients and different medical treatments will have different effects, so you need to know which ones you've got, okay, and then you can look at what's the best way to get rid of them. And then you've got keloid scarring. It's quite a common one, the keloid scarring. It's similar to the hypertrophic, where the skin's been making too much fibroblasts, but the skin it's like it's overhealing itself. That's a good way to think about keloid scarring, and it is raised again, but it's like it's formed too much scar, and that can be annoying, especially in darker skin tones, when the keloid scarring will look darker on the outside, and it can be red or brown as well, and it can cause a little bit of pain and also be itchy. So keloid scarring. So looking at the root cause of acne, I always like to look at the root cause of it and how you can prevent the scarring in the first place. And even if you've got these scars, there is ingredients that's going to help prevent more scars from occurring and really help prevent future acne. So the first one I want to talk about is salicylic acid, a skincare ingredient you have to look for. So salicylic acid is this beta hydroxy acid, which really just means it's oil soluble. And why that's important is because this little ingredient, salicylic acid, is like a hero, because it's going to get into the pores and dissolve the oil in the pores and stop them from blocking up in the first place. How good does that sound? How good does that sound? So I want you to look for that in cleansers. That would be really good. And cleansing the skin with a skincare ingredient that's got, or skincare cleanser that's contains salicylic acid, is going to be a step towards absolutely helping the skin surface to be better. Salicylic also reduces inflammation, okay, so it doesn't just clean the pores out and it smooths. It's still an acid, it's still going to shed dead skin cells, so make the skin look smoother. So salicylic acid. Now another one to look for is, and I know it's one that we're thinking about, do we really need to try this, but retinol. Retinol products are great if you have got acne scarring, right? And the reason is because retinol is going to deliver vitamin A, and this is one really terrific antioxidant. Yeah, so vitamin A delivers to the skin, and what it does is it causes the skin to renew much quicker, so it makes the skin freshen up, if you think. So the dead skin cells come off at a better rate, the skin really smooths out a little bit more, but also retinol helps to really get rid of the lines and wrinkles and scars in your face, but it also normalises the oil production. So retinol is great for the acne scarring. It's going to soften the skin up. The texture is going to look much better. It's going to look much smoother. Your skin's going to look fresher. and it's going to normalise this oil production. So retinol, I want you to look for that, okay? Alpha hydroxy acids, I know we've heard of AHAs, and AHAs, there's a number of them, but one that I particularly like if you suffer from acne scarring is glycolic acid. Glycolic acid in skincare is your friend, right? Because what glycolic does is, glycolic has got a small molecular structure and it is able to penetrate the epidermis and kick off dead skin. So it's going to kick off the old dead skin, stop them from blocking the pores. Okay, how good is that? But it also can help stimulate collagen fibres. It's been proven, clinically proven, to help stimulate collagen. So what that means is it really does help prevent acne scarring. So glycolic acid, looking for that in cleansers as well, or in creams, and using that and applying that on a regular basis. All of these things, you need to really give them time to work, but you know, they should start to, especially alpha hydroxy acids, really in a week's time you start to see your skin a lot clearer. You will. Another one is lactic acid. That's another great ingredient to use, lactic acid. And again, it's an acid. It's going to kick off the dead skin, smooth out the texture. It really improves the texture of your skin. But one of the things is that we tend, when we've got acne scarring or acne, we tend to use products that are too harsh, and they can sometimes dry the skin out. Have you noticed that? Has that happened to you? Because that really isn't great when you have got that oily acne skin, to dry it out, because the skin will fight back and actually can start chucking out more oil. So lactic acid, this little ingredient, lactic acid, it kicks off the dead skin, makes the skin look fresher, makes the texture look better, but it also keeps the hydration in your skin, so it helps not to dry the skin out, right? And that's a plus. So looking for lactic acid, great ingredient. What treatments do you need to think about? So I'll just go through the list here, and it depends who you go to. But dermabrasion is a treatment that would be given by a qualified dermatologist or a doctor. Dermabrasion is great, and they use special treatment, special equipment to use to do dermabrasion on you. But really it is absolutely taking the surface layer of the skin, the dead skin cells, away and revealing younger, fresher, smoother, acne-free skin underneath. This is what dermabrasion is going to smooth out the skin surface. So great for acne scars, it really is. One that you could go to if your acne scars were quite new, or you didn't have a lot of them, if it wasn't a real big issue, microdermabrasion. Okay, I'm sure that you've heard of microdermabrasion, but it's a treatment you can have in a local beauty spa and a trained esthetician. And if you ever need to know about trained estheticians, you can email me at info@JLFormulations and I'll give you a list of trained estheticians that can perform this treatment. But microdermabrasion is really good if you've got superficial scarring. Yes, and basically again your skin is cleansed really well. Sometimes a scrub, it depends on how sensitive your skin is, but we then would use a machine, and quite often they've got a diamond head on them, and the head is pummel, not pummel, but really against the skin. It's gone over and it takes off the dead skin cells, so it's taken off a layer of the dead skin, and it really also helps the circulation to come up to the skin surface and makes the skin look healthier. But big thing about microdermabrasion, it shouldn't be done if you've got a sensitized acne type skin, so always make sure you go to someone that's really qualified in this stuff. Another one is chemical peels, and I quite like, and I have done many chemical peels on, glycolic chemical peels on people who have got acne scarring with great results. So the way that this works is you generally would give the person a glycolic cleanser to use for a few weeks before they come in for their actual chemical peel, and that way their skin gets accustomed to glycolic acid, right? So you have that sort of, if you think about it, that sort of natural exfoliation, because that's what glycolic acid does. It exfoliates the skin. It's a good way to think about it. So if they're using products like that at home, they're already starting to exfoliate dead skin off of their face, and their skins should be really less prone to breakouts, and it's going to help smooth the acne scars out. But then when they've been using it for several weeks, and then you can do a chemical peel, a glycolic chemical peel, and there are different strengths. So you would maybe start off with a mild strength of glycolic peel first, and then come back for subsequent treatments, and then just to see how your skin tolerates it, we can up the ante. But they have great results, and I would really look at glycolic chemical peels. They are great. You may probably, if you've got quite a bit of scarring, you would probably need a course of maybe 6 treatments, and then we'd look at it again. But that's how to think about it. Chemical peels are great. Then you've got another one which really you would have to go to the doctor, dermatologist to get this done. But if you've got bad scarring, a doctor can do corticosteroid injections straight into the acne scar, and this is really good if you've got the keloid or the hypertrophic scarring where it's raised above the skin surface. When it's raised, and it will flatten it out. So the corticosteroids, I've seen this personally working, and I would definitely advocate it if you've got that issue with acne scarring. And it's really good if you're a guy and you've had acne scarring on your back and it's quite bad. The corticosteroid injections are excellent, and I've seen them working. They're really good. Again, you might have to go for a course of injections, but really worth it to look at. Another one is dermal fillers. Now, dermal fillers are great for the atrophic scar. Again, the atrophic scar is the scarring that's indented in the skin, and basically a dermatologist or a qualified, someone that does the injections who's qualified, will inject with a sort of collagen based soft filler into the indentation. Very good and very interesting. And this treatment can last 6 to 18 months. It's not permanent. Maybe there's permanent solutions out there with injections, but I'm not thinking that dermal fillers are permanent, but well worth it for if you've got a big event to go to and you want to get something done. I would have a look at that. And then we've got microneedling. Okay, microneedling has came into its own really in the past few years, and you know, microneedling is a series of needles that's put over and around the scar tissue. So basically what you're doing, in a way to think about it, is you're sort of damaging the skin round the scar in a fashion, and that's to stimulate new collagen fibres being made. So that it really helps. So microneedling is a good thing to think about as well. There's quite a lot of these treatments, but I'm just giving you ideas about them. One that I do like, and it may be the answer for you, is laser treatment. You know, I think that laser resurfacing, really, for me, if you have got serious acne scarring, is probably, I would say, up there, and maybe my best one. Laser resurfacing, and there's different lasers that are used. There's CO2 laser, for example, but it would be going to the doctor, then getting to a consultant who really would look at it and say this is going to be the best one, and looking at before and after to see which one you think would be best for you, but taking advice on that from the consultant or the dermatologist, and that's the way to go. Final word here, final word. If you have got acne scars, I know this is many people who have got acne scars really have got a low self-esteem because it's a reminder, an unwanted reminder that you had acne. So it really is something to think about. You can get all the things I've talked about. You can look at treatments, look at skincare to help you, and then if it's not enough, look at medical treatments, but you can get a lot of help now. So here's a big hug for you. Just look to these things, and I'm sure there's an answer for you. So remember, if you've got any skin conditions you want to talk about, please email me at joan@jlformulations.com, or put it in the comments below and I will answer any skin questions that you have. Take care, be safe, bye.